Right. Right. Ooh. Drawing time. Drawing time. I'll show you yesterday's drawings. Did pheasants and pheasant adjacent material. Day before we did the mighty capercaillie, which is native to I think Finland, sort of northern. And we are about to be joined by You Are Live. You Are Live.
Live at the Apollo.
Live on the Smelokai PooTube channel.
On your YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm just showing the drawings for the past couple of days. But now today I think we're either doing geese or herons. I don't know, we're like halfway through, we got 50 more birds, so I'm gonna have to expand my reference folder again. I don't think I ever pick enough things for the amount of drawings that I want to do. How are you doing?
How am I doing? Okay, I took an extra half an hour this one.
You were up quite late yesterday, weren't you?
I knew as late as you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot I was up late. I was playing that stupid game. I got too distracted by games yesterday.
Yeah. I know. Well, I think it was the other day. I remember you told me in the morning, like, I'm gonna get out a load of drawings on today, or something. And then I got into work, and then I got little Steam pop-ups in the corner saying, "Joe started playing."
Whammies or something. Yeah. I don't know. It's too easy to sit
Bug Hive.
To sit and play games.
Play Bug Hive demo. I need a caption for this mobile phone post. What do I caption?
Oh, on like Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a horrible tangent. Ugh. Ugh. We do rise and grind, yeah.
It's the name of the game. Starting to like the way that my Instagram is looking, with all the posts have the same background and just a big wall of drawings.
Honestly, I don't know how I don't know how I feel about the kind of thing that I do post. And I feel that I'm actually enjoying drawing so much that I can't currently see myself wanting to go back to doing a load of painting. I don't know why I avoided just sitting and drawing for so long. I would always do it in terms of like life drawing.
Yeah.
You know, but actually just sitting and
I mean, you'll eventually, you gotta flip that between it, but it's hard to see when that'd be, I think.
Yeah, well, there are some people who spend their entire lives just drawing.
Just drawing, yeah.
And like
some people spend their entire life just painting.
It seems like a big enough skill on its own.
It's true.
I mean, we've been going through like different subject matter, but you know, there's an infinite amount of subject matter complexity. Although I guess there kind of is and there kind of isn't. So there's an infinite amount of subject matter, but a lot of it is just templates of other subject matters.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll get to a point as well where you're drawing stuff, and you might be interested. Oh, I wonder if okay, now I can draw all these things from memory or whatever, or I can rotate them. I wonder if I could also paint up like a lighting setup of them from memory as well, and start making scenes, or drawing these props, or paint these props or animals.
Yeah. Maybe that'll help me get back to painting.
But that could be ages away. It could be miles away. There's no rush. You know, you're around for a long time. So no rush to do that.
The theme this morning is more birds. I'm just doing warm up sketches. Is all.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the drawing also. I don't have like I do see myself going back to painting, absolutely, but I don't really have like a craving for it at the moment.
No, I don't.
I feel like there's so much improvement that can be done just drawing that I am craving. That I'd rather do that, because that's something that'll actually get me to sit down and do something. But if I go, oh, I want to paint now, I won't do it, because I don't want to do it as much.
Did you feel like you were getting diminishing returns painting? I felt that I was.
Well, maybe. Well, I felt like when we were doing the studies at university, I didn't get to a point where I was great at painting, or even that good at it, but I got to a point where I was good enough at it for concept art. But the concept art that I needed to do, I was at a level that was like, okay, I can paint over things, I can paint thumbnails, I can do that. And then I can go and make the concept, I can dive into Blender and stuff. So any extra painting that I wanted to do was kind of for me. And I guess at university I was like, no, I need to make a portfolio, I need to actually try and get a job here, so I can save the stuff that I want to do until after.
No, that's fair. Yeah, maybe you've hit the nail on the head there, and the reason that drawing is currently exciting is because it's a fresher, newer frontier, and there's more to gain.
Yeah, I haven't
And
sat down and drawn like
yeah,
this.
the more you draw, the fewer gains you'll get.
Yeah. The frontier with Blender as well. Like even when I started the Atom Hook, I had like no. I made Blender knowledge. I didn't know any add-ons. It was like very minimal. Like I couldn't do the projects that I'm doing now with the Blender knowledge I had when I started. You know, I had to learn it over time, and that was really exciting for me because I was learning these things I thought were impossible. I was like unlocking, and I was like, oh my god, I can do all this cool stuff in this software now. And yeah, I feel like drawing now is like I guess it's kind of come full cycle because it's kind of where I started. So I guess it's the one that's I've neglected the most, perhaps.
I feel definitely that I've neglected it the most. I went full in on painting for the longest time.
I mean, painting is drawing below the surface, but I know, but in this drawing in this sense, that we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I was enjoying Blender the other day.
It's a very, very good bit of kit, especially, yeah. I mean, it's great for reference as well if you're painting, because like the render engine's so good. Like Cycles is like really quite nice that you can like, if you're unsure on like something like local colors or something, you can make a Blender scene with the lighting that you wanted.
Yeah.
And test things, and test materials, or different materials look like different lighting and stuff. But then just for modeling things, it's kind of like, I feel like if you want to do concept art nowadays, you kind of need to learn it, or get so incredibly good at drawing that everyone's so amazed by that no one cares that you can't use Blender. But there's only like one person in my entire office who can do that, so there you go.
Yes, it's a little bit trickier.
Especially nowadays when clients want your Blender files as well, so they can give it to a 3D artist and reduce the amount of time.
I find it's harder to justify giving yourself the time to learn it, even as a student. I'm seeing a lot of students on their projects recently, which isn't. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I would do it if I were a student. I think they should do it. Go, well, why would I ever draw this thing if I can do it in Blender? And that's not a bad idea if you're in your third year or something. But I worry that it's not just for the project. That's just their thought generally. And I've recommended that yes, for your assignment, get in Blender, do it all. But then over the summer, like, spend a load of time learning how to do it by hand. But I worry that they're just gonna sort of fall in love with this idea that they can sort perspective in Blender and they don't need to do it themselves.
No, you still need to learn it because you still got to paint over your renders, at least. But you think it's to a point where like clients begin to expect that when you do your concept, you're going to have a Blender file
without even like asking for one.
Well, usually on like a project where like they're used to you delivering concepts that are in Blender. If you hop onto a project like 2 years down the line, everyone before he's been using Blender on it. It's kind of like you can't really just come in and draw it, even if you can, even if you're good enough to do that, because they're gonna want your 3D model. So it's like your hands are tied. You kind of have to use Blender then. There's no option. Maybe like the early thumbnails you could draw, but it's kind of like taking a risk almost. Like if you want, okay, you can go and draw it if you want, but it better be good. You better not be like wasting anyone's time with it, you know.
Yeah, you have to be on your game, which would be the goal, but
yeah,
takes a
which
while
is why I
to
probably
get there.
prefer outside of work when I can just sit and draw builders or old phones or something.
There's less pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go. God, it's already been 16 minutes. I need to stop spending so long on my warm-up pages. Like, is that enough? I never know when I'm warmed up. I think you could fool yourself into thinking you're warmed up after like one drawing.
Yeah. You gaslight yourself into thinking
I guess 15-20 minutes is like a pretty decent chunk of time. Right, let's I think I'll do I'm avoiding geese. Don't know why I'm avoiding geese. Maybe they're just not as interesting.
I guess
Shape-wise.
we drew loads of them when we were students.
Yeah, it feels like I've already drawn
Drew like a million of them.
That's true. Yeah, I fancy drawing. Oh man, no, maybe we get geese out of the way.
You should be confident with geese. It'd be a nice chill one if you want to chill. A chill one.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there are some things about geese that must be difficult, right?
Yeah.
Where's my drink? Where's my drink? You hear the shake. I need to populate my shelf today, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to permanently have like a sketchbook open on the right side of my desk, just ready for use. What I really enjoy.
Ready for doodles.
Yeah, what I really enjoy is drawing out. I've got a whiteboard on my desk at work.
Oh yeah. I'm just drawing on that.
Yeah, I really enjoy drawing on that.
I also think as well, maybe with Blender, I'd go as far as saying I think like art directors nowadays or clients nowadays, they're so used to like you using Blender that they'll request like a different camera angle, for example, like pretty nonchalantly, because they know all you have to do is spin it and click render again.
Right.
But if you have just drawn it and it's not, and they just request that, then that you're redoing the whole thing.
You're a bit buggered.
Yeah, you can't just go, oh no, actually it's drawn. It's gonna take me ages.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Unless you're
the
me.
industry's just very used. Unless you're you, then
In which case it wouldn't take me ages. Because I build different.
yeah, you are built concerningly different.
No.
What's up, buddy?
You insulting my power.
Your prowess.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Wings are so weird. This doesn't look like a goose.
I think I'd be interested to start to add colour into drawings at some point in the near future. Like those prop sheets I was showing you on ArtStation yesterday.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I'd be interested in doing that in the not too distant.
I think that the current thing that I'm struggling with is just the time it takes to produce one sheet.
Yeah.
And like, if I were to add colour onto that as well.
Yeah. But I guess so what if it takes 2 days or 2 mornings or 1.5?
I think I would be less likely to begin it in the first place. Is the so what?
I see.
I think there's definitely an appeal to starting and finishing something in one session.
In one sitting.
That
Yeah.
makes it easier to start it in the first place. Like, I think if
Very
I already
bit
had a
now.
PSD going, I wouldn't have a problem revisiting it, but it's just, would I start that PSD knowing,
Oh yeah.
this is going to be like multiple days worth of stuff. I like how approachable these morning things are currently. I do feel like I could begin to get maybe like more abstract like having some of these lines be broken up, or thinking less about this looking exactly like a goose and more about having some kind of appeal.
Yeah, I think just seeing artists like obviously Kim Jong-un and Emerson, who, or a lot of like their sketch artists, like even like Mario, and just seeing like how good they are, how much you can do with drawing, and how much of a really fun, entertaining piece that you can still produce.
Yeah.
It's like there's so far to go with it. I guess you can see that with painting as well, but
Yeah, well, I
feel like if you go one further with painting, it introduces that thing where it's like, okay, I might have to spend a few sessions on this to a drawing. I think you can still produce something fun and interesting in a reasonable amount of time if you get confident enough.
Yeah, I did hop into old Craigie Boy's Colosso course the other day.
Oh yeah.
And no, it was tempting. I watched like half a video, and if anyone will convince you that painting is an insanely fun and quite quick thing, it's Craigie, where he just like puts down a gradient and then blocks in like two shapes with a hard round over the top, and you're like, oh right.
Yeah.
But I think I've gotten maybe one of the reasons why I was getting a bit sick of painting was I was getting quite far away from that. Like that's how I used to paint, is very much focused on like placing down efficient brush marks or whatever else, and I just got into a rhythm of like spending a lot longer on things and like zooming in and noodling around with a tiny brush. And so maybe I should reapproach painting and go back to thinking about these bigger shapes and things. Right, there's a goose. Geese are funny things. They don't really have tail feathers, do they? Do they?
What was that?
Geese, do they have tail feathers? They must do, because they fly. I just think they're very, very short.
Tucked in, maybe.
Yeah. Incredibly powerful wings. Yeah, I find myself drawing approximations of what things are, and they look okay. A goose is definitely a much bulkier bird, isn't it? Is that too bulky? Maybe. I've kind of got little snake heads. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I only just had my breakfast, so I'm really just warming up now. But I can go in a bit later today, which is good.
Good, good. Your colleague,
My colleague,
who Charlotte said was one of her favourite artists,
Charlie
is it Charlie Bowater?
Bowater, yeah.
Turns out is also the favourite artist of one of my colleagues. I thought it was just an interesting coincidence that for like
Yeah.
2 days in a row I had heard their name mentioned when I never knew they existed previously.
Yeah, well, Hannah, I didn't know because she does a lot of like I didn't know that Charlie did stuff like outside of like Atom Hawk before Hannah mentioned, and I was on like a project with Charlie, and I think I was talking about how great she was as a lead, and I was like, oh yeah, she's great. Like, I'll show you her Instagram. And I pulled up Charlie Bowater, and Hannah was like, wait, your lead was Charlie Bowater? And I was like, yeah, she's like really nice. Do you know her? And I was like, oh my god, yeah, she does like book cover art a lot for like a lot of books that like Hannah used to like reading. And a lot of people used to like reading, I think. And she's quite big in like the book cover art world.
Yeah, it seems to be like just big in the fantasy illustration world.
Yeah, I think that's probably more of it. I know even some people from work knew her before they started working at Atom Hawk from back on in Tumblr when she used to make like a lot of like fan art for like fantasy worlds and stuff. And she used to be really, really, I guess, famous on Tumblr.
Yeah.
I was never a Tumblr guy. Maybe I was a bit too young for Tumblr.
I tried Tumblr when I was like 15, and I didn't like their UI.
Yeah, I never knew how to navigate it. And plus, I wasn't allowed social media until I was like quite a bit older. So, yeah, I didn't even try. I guess if like you never know what social media is, then you got no interest in trying it out. Well, yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing really. So. I only got into using Reddit because it had loads of great Blender help on when I was learning Blender.
I'm still not a Reddit user. Maybe I should be. Yeah, I hear Anthony gets a lot of like when he's doing his photogrammetry stuff, he employs a lot of Reddit help.
I mean, it can be good, like all those like old phone references I got yesterday were from Reddit, because you just get like actual people just taking photos of their things. So you get it for, like, obviously you get it for animals, but like any collectible thing, like old phones was apparently collectible. You just had people who could just serve you references of old phones. It's quite nice. On a plate.
I get the sense this isn't how wings work, but I'm suspending my disbelief.
Disbelief suspended.
Let me read you a quote a man once said to me about using references. I didn't want to use reference that much. That's not to say I didn't want to learn how to draw from reference or use reference in my art. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
A quote as old as time itself.
Yeah, I stay true to that. Yeah, no. This doesn't look correct. you know what? Whatever. I'm making up a bird that doesn't exist. It doesn't even look like a goose anymore. Yeah, I feel like that's better. I feel like a goose is a big plump thing.
There's a saying, plump as a goose.
Is that a saying? There's no way.
Plump as a goose.
Did they just make that up?
Just they just
You know, the saying people.
or is it?
Like, I don't. Maybe the wings shouldn't go backwards like that. Maybe they should fold down. Yes.
It is, yeah. Is it?
Plump as a goose is a saying.
The phrase "plump as a goose" is an idiom that describes someone who is well fed and rounded. But it's often in a way that is considered attractive or endearing.
Is it?
I don't know. Someone said
I don't think.
to me.
I mean, I
wait,
can go upstairs and try it on my beautiful fiance. I can. Good morning. You're looking plump as a goose today. I don't think that's gonna end well
I
for
think
me.
you end up with a black eye, I think.
Yeah, that's not ideal. They've got such. I don't think I'm doing these wings justice, but do you know, this is the problem that I was having with crows for a bit. Was like, it looks like a bird. It looks like a bird occupying a 3D space. It does not look like a goose. And finding that balance is difficult.
Okay, it's just thought maybe gooses wouldn't be too bad because you've joined a bajillion of them. But here we are. Well, here you are.
But yeah, I mean, maybe it's a case of like that's a really, really plump goose. Maybe it's a case of getting the patterns right. Like, I've given it like a completely random pattern that I don't think a goose has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me remove my idiotic.
Your patented pattern.
My idiotic goose patterning. Yeah, it's already looking more goose-like.
Looking as plump
Yeah,
as a goose.
okay. Okay.
Okay, you were just being silly.
Yeah, I was trying to give it like a fun pattern, but geese don't have fun patterns.
No fun to be had, it seems.
Hello, Dylan. Geese have little talons, you know.
Yeah, they have really nasty teeth as well. They'll hiss at you in Hanley Park.
Well, I went down the canal the other day and it's baby goose season, and so they were
Gosling season.
lining the Ryan Gosling season. What's he
Ryan
got to do
Gosling
with baby geese? What an idiot!
I don't know, but every year.
Yeah, people talking about him around this time,
Around this time.
as they walk down canals and look at baby geese. His name just keeps being mentioned.
They're very cute, aren't they? They're swimming along.
Oh, they're very cute. But it does mean that the geese get a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah. And it's so sad because sometimes you'll see a dead one that got abandoned, and that's quite sad.
Yeah, that's okay.
If you can handle that, then you can handle anything, I think.
If you can handle seeing a dead goose,
Then you can handle literally anything.
Ebenezer Scrooge is sorted, isn't he? Boy, go and fetch me the plumpest goose there is. What day is it, boy? It's Christmas Day, sir. Okay.
You sound like Smithers.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, yeah.
Sir, it's Christmas Day. No, Smithers. Jesus. Yeah, right. It's pretty generic. I don't think their heads do this though. I think there's definitely more of an S curve to their necks.
You think?
Yes. Not that much of an S curve, good lord. Although that looks kind of funny. You don't think you could handle being a firefighter? Well, if you've seen a baby goose die, then you can.
You probably can, yeah. As they say.
Bring this goose head back. What if we just... There's something to be said for this beautiful head shape.
I get told all the time.
Yeah, sure. Sure, we'll keep that as is. Maybe we'll like downturn the beak a little bit. Like a proboscis monkey.
Sure, did anybody ever tell you that you're looking plump as a goose today?
I've had a few people mention it in my chat.
Yeah. Nice and
Can
plump.
you look at the chat for a moment? The most recent message I've just received. If you just look at the little chat box on.
Who wrote that?
I believe that's you, How.
That's quite funny.
Good, very good. Okay, we're out here goosing right now.
Excuse me.
Is that? I hope that's not like an Urban Dictionary thing. We're out here drawing geese right now.
We're out here. Straight up goosing it right now.
This goose is like sort of pogging. Oh my god, they're talking to each other. The YouTube and Twitch chats are talking to each other.
Oh my god, they're interacting.
We can't let this happen.
Is that even allowed?
Geese have like tongues, don't they?
They have tongues and teeth, yeah.
And they tend to, when they hiss at you, they'll show their tongue. Their tongue.
I do the same thing when I
Whatever
when I
the
hiss.
brain rot. Just looks a bit like a duck, not really a tongue sahur. Wow, he knows it. That's amazing. That's really amazing. That's levels of brain rot unforeseen in the Morokai Twitch chat community.
I wonder what the equivalent brain rot was like 30 years ago. Or 40 years ago, you know. Like our parents' generation, maybe.
I don't think they had an issue with brain rot like.
You don't think so? There must be something like, oh my god, you just is out here rollerblading all the time, man. That's so he's brain rotted.
That is so mean.
He's so rollerblade
Pilled.
coded,
Yeah.
pilled. Oh, he's disco dancing.
Yeah.
So disco dancing pilled.
So newspaper pilled. You just can't get away from the newspaper.
Just
Thank you, Dylan Gibbons. What am I doing with this goose? I've just forgotten how. How geese work.
Little gooses.
Goose eye.
Mhm.
Some people would say geese, but
Wrong. Is this piglet too long? Yes.
Are you back on pigs?
Oh yeah, I was finishing yesterday's pig sheet. I took a little... got distracted by old phones briefly, but now I need to finish this sheet. And then I'll go back onto old tech. I found another reference sheet of some old cameras, which I thought were really cool.
Like, I think early 2000s digital cameras are really cool.
Yeah. I just really liked the plastic housing that a lot of them were in. Which is quite interestingly shaped. I really like the silver painted plastic as well. It's very nostalgic.
Okay, I'm gonna take this goose head and put it over there and put it on a new body. We're performing they performed surgery on a goose?
What?
Wow.
That's such an old meme.
That's a really old meme. Doesn't feel that old.
With the memes that we had, brain rot, I think it still was, wasn't it? Like, Ugandan Knuckles.
I feel like
Etc.
I was already too old for Ugandan Knuckles. When did Ugandan Knuckles come out? 2016 maybe?
No, earlier.
Earlier?
I reckon. 2014.
Have you just found it? Is it No, 2017.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah, and its popularity peaked in January 2018.
Yeah.
And it had a revival in January 19, apparently.
A meme revival.
Yeah, so I was a fully grown adult and impervious.
What was before that?
Well, no, for us to be susceptible to brain rot, it was stuff when we were kids. So it was like, I don't know, Harry Potter Puppet Pals and the Case of the Mysterious Ticking Noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like everyone going around going Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore. That is our brain rot. For sure. Oh
yeah,
God,
you're right.
What else was Nyan Cat?
Nyan Cat, Keyboard Cat, a lot of cats.
Lots of wholesome cat-related content.
I think that's what the internet was made for, really, wasn't it? Just people posting their cats.
I think so. Badger mushroom, yeah. Badger mushroom.
Oh yeah.
Who were the llamas? What were the llamas called?
The Stay Calmer If You Want to Harm a Llama song.
No, the llama that went.
The llama farmer.
No, the llama that went. Carl spoke to the other llama. Were they literally just called talking llamas or something? There's an animation.
Oh, do you know what might have been? Oh no, I guess we didn't sing it, but there was like Aardman claymations of like animals being interviewed. It wasn't really like brain rot, but it was brilliant. It was so good. I loved that stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah. No, we're agreed. We're agreed there. Hello, Doomzilla. Good morning. You better be drawing. You better have woken up and be drawing.
In between all that doom.
In between all that doom that you're zilling.
I'm just gonna zill my doom.
Oh god. Please don't.
Live on stream.
No one should be zilling anything live on stream. Llamas with hats is what it was called.
Llamas with hats. I don't remember that one.
What else was there? There's all of anything Neil Cicerega related. He was a master of, well, Potter Puppet Pals was Neil Cicierega,
Oh, okay.
but he also made like Brody Quest. If you ever watched Brody Quest,
No.
it's just a video of a PNG of Adrian Brody shaking from side to side as the background changes. That's all it is. Let me go and find Brody Quest for you. The stream will have to excuse the lack of geese while
They can handle it.
they're
Visible.
gonna hear Brody Quest in the background unless I mute it. There you go. There's Brody Quest.
Brody Quest.
It's a really quite simple concept for a video.
You know, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
For 13 million views, which 14
The-
years ago was like.
Yeah, none of this
It was
13 million with
ridiculous.
me until now.
Is he on his quest?
An article from what I read on Adrian Brody has seen Brody Quest. His dad showed it to him. I made it my ringtone at one point. He said it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah. Not wrong. Black Ops 2 all day. Yeah, Black Ops 2 was in its.
What a great game. The best.
It's in its peak state. I don't trust them to remake Black Ops
A good
2.
COD ever again.
Yeah, or just a good Call of Duty game. Yeah. But I think
That was a great
the
game.
nature
Wow.
of first-person shooter games has just changed to the point where
Yeah.
it would be inconceivable that they would just make a game where you run around with guns.
Yeah.
Where you can't like have a jetpack or something stupid.
Yeah. And there's big flashing lights, and the pace of the game is somewhat slower than normal. Well, now normal.
This is an angry goose.
What does the fox say?
No,
That's too late.
that's too late. What year?
I
was
remember.
that? What year
was
was
it?
what does the fox
Was it
say?
Mr. What was that maths teacher that we had? The bald guy. I was never taught by him. And he joined a bit
Yeah.
later on.
That was
With him dressing up as a
Oh
fox.
my god! It has
dancing.
1.1 billion views.
Yeah.
That
Fred?
was 11 years ago. So what does the fox say? I would have been 13, but I think it gained popularity.
After.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it gained popularity a few years after it released. I'm sure.
There was Fred. I hated Fred. I didn't like his voice, which I knew was the point of it. But I hated it so much I never wanted to quote it. You would in a brain rot away.
Tobuscus, Diamond
never watched
Sword,
Tobuscus.
Nugget in a Biscuit, all of the literal trailers from
The
Tobuscus.
ASDF movies.
Oh yeah, I like trains.
Or the ad stuff. However you want to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I saw.
they're awful.
What's his name? The guy who made them. I saw him at Comic-Con once.
Tom.
Tom Sker.
What's his second name?
Sker.
Shut up. Should this goose be like extending its wings in some
Capacity.
some manner, as if to say, you know,
Give me a hug, mate.
yeah, I like that. EGX. Yeah, I guess any Skyrim related meme, like the arrow to the knee, is quite a big thing.
Yeah. Any Yogscast song.
Diggy diggy hole. Have you seen Yogscast have made a Yogscast lo-fi beats playlist?
Oh, have they?
Yeah, it's lo-fi beats to relax or dig holes to. I'm sending it to you. It's 10 hours of Yogscast songs as lo-fi beats.
Who's the character in that thumbnail?
It must be Simon.
Oh yeah, it's a little hat. This is wonderful. I'll listen to this a lot today. Oh, welcome to your clubs, is it?
Welcome to Yog Labs. Yeah, anything. I still watch the Yogscast. They've got the Jaffa Factory series on at the moment.
They do. I listen to Triforce
it's
podcast.
just entertaining enough to. It's almost like I don't actively listen to it. It's just comforting to have Lewis Brindley's voice on in the background. As I
honestly, that's why I listen to Triforce as well. I think his voice and Sips' voice, I get Hyperion as well. They're just like nice to listen to.
Yeah, well, I used to put on the Og Pod whenever I went to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing. I think.
So
Well, they changed the name.
It's ingrained into me that Lewis's voice has some kind of hypnotic power.
You've been Pavlov dogged into obeying Lewis's every command.
I think so. Right, there's a very angry goose, but its tail feathers should be
Okay, my pig sheet is full.
more dramatically flared.
Is everything in the border? Yes. Let's ship it. Probably the last pig sheet I'll do. That's animal sheet for a while, I think. It is satisfying saving a sheet of drawings as one number in the folder, but actually having like 5 drawings on it. And then when you open up like the file explorer, it like fills a page, and knowing that each one of those little images has 5 studies on is a satisfying feeling.
I wonder if it would. I wonder if it would be more satisfying for them to be numbered individually, because I'd be on like.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I by now I'd be.
But you could see that number tick up, and that I think, and the sheets look beautiful. I agree, and I don't want to do this, but I'm saying in theory, if I saved each and every one of these somehow separately, and I just saw that number tick up by the hundreds, and it was going into thousands, you'd get a real.
Going up by like 5 or 10 a day.
Yeah, you definitely get a real sense of accomplishment.
But I guess I'll make the sacrifice as long as I'm doing the drawing. But it would be cool to have a folder that is like so like intensely full that you just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and end up scrolling for like minutes to the bottom of it because there's so many drawings.
Yeah, well, I think these sheets I've kept the aspect ratio the exact same. I don't know if you've been changing it of yours.
No, I've kept it the same.
Is yours portrait or is it?
Mine a portrait, yeah.
Yeah, and I do hope that eventually I could turn these into like a book,
Yeah, Mine are all 4x5, so you should have the left and the right pages.
Yeah, you just have 2. Oh, yeah, 1 sheet per page. I don't know. Hello, Jay. I don't know what's happening with this particular goose.
Yeah, the last 50 pages have all been these some kind of drawings with at least 5 drawings a page. So that's 250 drawings.
Yeah, which is
quite nice.
It's alright, mate. It's alright.
Pretty good amount of study.
The goose would never have its wings like that. What am I doing? Yeah, I am doing these without references, which is why I have no idea what a goose's wings look like. I use a reference for 1, so each of these pages that I do every day, this one up here is the referenced drawing, and then the rest are without reference. So if we pull up yesterday's page of pheasants, this one down here in the bottom left is a reference drawing, and then the rest are... I'm basically trying to use it as a test to see how much information I can extrapolate from that one drawing or reference and turn it into other stuff. But yeah, not going so well with this bottom left goose. I think I just don't have a... It's not that I don't know what he looks like, it's that I don't know what pose he should be in. Yeah, because he could just be doing something like that.
We're having a little swim.
I'm imagining he's kind of sunning himself.
Drying his wings off from the swim.
Maybe I do see geese with their wings out like that.
Did you do it sometimes? Yeah. I'm gonna go get ready for work and then go to work. But I'll be around tomorrow morning, same time.
I'll see you around then, pal.
See you later. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did he just say fart before he left? Is that what just happened? Did I just get farted? Stealth farted. Why would this goose have its arms extended? I don't know. It's like a fake goose. It's not real. How odd. There you go. Yeah, this goose is giving slay, if that's how you want to describe it. This little goose foot. There you go, that's a very strange, messed up goose. But that's okay. Let's fill in the gaps. Bink. I don't know. I don't know. Hello. What a weird little humanoid. You're also drawing. Good. Good. What are you drawing? Top secret. Ooh. It's about time I... weather in these geese. Toucans. Toucans is fun. Let's bonk. Shove that over there. What colour should these geese be? Maybe we go quite warm today. Lava. I got distracted. There was an ant on my desk. Yeah, let's go for like red colours, I guess. Good idea. Especially for this here angry goose. I realise I haven't actually drawn that many geese this morning. Just 5. That's okay. Right, thank you for joining, everybody. That's this morning's page. Oh, we got a question first. I'm an absolute beginner in sketching. Can you suggest me a book? Classic ink illustration type of art style. I can recommend you a book that it's not about ink drawing, but it's about just drawing generally, and it's How to Draw by Scott Robertson. I think everyone who wants to do anything illustration based should know How to Draw Confidently in Perspective, and How to Draw by Scott Robertson is pretty good for that. For the actual like ink sketching, I would look at the Framed Ink books, Framed Ink 1 and 2. Mostly about composition, but the style that he works in, I think his name's Marcos Matteo something or other. Yeah, the style is very sort of inky in an appealing way. So yeah, get on Framed Ink. Okay, enjoy the rest of your days. I hope you all do lots and lots and lots of drawing. Get busy with some drawing and enjoy. Bye bye.